Peace to the gods. In this video, I will to illuminate you into new knowledge that if you choose to listen, choose to hear, it can guide you in your spiritual development. I will to inform on how and why you should maintain an inner order, even though the world might be experiencing an outer chaos. The universe is a fascinating place. It operates in a state of duality, yet to showcase that it is always in a state of sameness and oneness at the same time. In this video, we will speak of becoming our highest level of self by taking advantage of chaos. We do have an understanding that the cosmos have a desire toward life, yet at the same time, it always attempting to maximize for death. What do you mean? There is a concept in physics called entropy, and nature's apparent goal is to increase entropy, which explains why illusionary time has an apparent direction. The interesting part of entropy that it tends to increase until it reaches its maximum possible, till it reaches a point called heat death. Think of milk being spilled on the kitchen counter. You see, the milk is in an irascible state, spread amongst the area of the counter. What this means, that the hallmark of living systems is that it maintains or reduces its entropy by increasing the entropy around it. From an individual point of view, how can we cope with this in our personal development? Embrace inner order amidst outer chaos. Your inner world, akin to the living system, can be cultivated to maintain a certain order, harmony, and purpose. This requires conscious effort, self-discipline, and the nurturing of virtues. Think in Proverbs 4:23, stated by the wise man Solomon. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. When Paul says, I die daily, he speaks of a constant process of dying to the old self and being renewed. Just as entropy is transferred to maintain order in a system, so must sin, ego, and impurities be cast off to attain a spiritual clarity and renewal. Think too, as Master Sage Yasua said, unless a grain of wheat falls into the ground and dies, it remains alone. But if it dies, it produces much grain. John 12:24. This illustrates the necessity of death that tends to lead to new life, much like the heat death in thermodynamics, which speaks of a uniform state arising from the redistribution of energy, can be seen as a precursor to new order and even new opportunities for the cosmos to evolve. Just as a living system transfers entropy to its surroundings to sustain order within, you too can positively influence your environment. Acts of kindness, compassion, and wisdom can bring harmony to those around you, making your presence a catalyst for the transformation of external chaos into constructive growth. In the Taoist tradition, it is taught that the sage transforms the discordant energies of the world into harmonious ones. Similar to how plants convert sunlight into energy, you have the potential to transmute the entropy of life's challenges into wisdom, strength, and inner tranquility. Taoism speaks of harmonizing with the Tao, the natural order of the universe. Recognize the ebb and flow of life's processes, understanding that periods of inner chaos often precede growth. Aligning oneself with this flow can lead to a balanced life where personal entropy is managed gracefully. As Paul the Apostle indicated, live stumm, not conforming to the patterns of this world, but transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12:2. Seek higher truths and align your personal goals with a greater purpose. In doing so, you draw from a wellspring of divine order, which aids in reducing personal entropy while contributing to the collective consciousness. So what do we learn in this video so far, child of light? Is chaos needed in our human development? In the words of Erwin Schrödinger, the notion that living systems maintain or reduce their entropy by increasing the entropy around them reflects a deeply philosophical and spiritual truth. This interplay of order and disorder, of creation and decay, is mirrored in the dance of life itself. It is the very essence of the Tao, as taught in Taoism. The Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. The nameless is the beginning of heaven and earth. Tao Te Ching, Chapter 1. Now, within this cosmic dance, Paul the Apostle echoes a resonant truth when he says, I die daily, 1 Corinthians 15:31. This is not merely an existential lament, but a declaration of spiritual renewal. The concept of dying daily can be related to the cyclical nature of entropy and rejuvenation. It signifies the shedding of old layers, the dissolution of former selves in order to make way for new growth and higher understanding. The teachings of other philosophical systems also illuminate this wisdom. In the cycles of creation and destruction described in Hinduism, we see the roles of Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the preserver, and Shiva, the destroyer. Shiva's dance of destruction, the Tandava, paves the way for new creation, reflecting a similar process to that of entropy and order. Chaos, therefore, appears integral to the growing soul. It is through the crucible of chaos that we find transformation. This transformation is akin to the alchemical process where base metals are turned into gold, as per the Hermetic tradition. As above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. The Emerald Tablet. In a more practical sense, enduring and navigating through chaos can foster resilience, creativity, and profound personal growth. Jungian psychology also speaks of individuation, the process by which an individual integrates disparate aspects of the self, often through encounters with the shadow or chaotic elements of the psyche. In conclusion, the wisdom that Schrödinger, Paul, and countless other sages impart to us is clear. Chaos is not inherently detrimental. Rather, it is a necessary stage in the cycle that brings forth enlightenment and evolution. By embracing